it's hard work because you have to always be on the ball with how you behave, what you say, how you react to things, where you seek comfort, whatever the issue was before the discovery. Having discovered now who you are, what you used to do, why you did it, and that it was wrong because it wasn't rooted in God, you have to actively every day ensure that you are on top of your game to not keep doing the things that you were not supposed to do. Hi PGs, welcome back to my corner. I'm Michaela, the girl on the journey to purpose. This week I'm taking you along with me to destination. We're gonna call it the truth about growing, or the truth about pruning, or the truth about your identity. Whichever you see on the thumbnail or the description, that's the one. Because I don't know. Cool? Remember when I said the more you know, the more you grow? Remember that? It really is true. The more you know, the more you should grow. Because when you know what you know now, it's different. The reasons should be different. The excuses should be different. You're expected to put in practice what you know, right? Last week into this week, I had some expectations. I had some expectations for a specific thing on a specific date. And this expectation came from, I'm going to say, a word I got from the Lord, or a promise. But I think because I was in a desperate place, I feel like I created a timeline. Or maybe the timeline was right, but I was a bit too obsessed with it happening out of desperation. And so it didn't happen how I thought it would happen. And I did the Job thing. The Lord give it and the Lord take it. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Yeah. I did that by saying, I understand the Lord is in control and it's all in God's hands, and I'll just wait on Him to do what He does best. While I meant it, I meant it. I was like the man who said to Jesus, I believe, but help my unbelief. I think that's what happened. Because I'm not doubting that what was said will happen. It will happen. But I think it not happening the time that I thought it would happen kind of made me wonder if maybe you're wrong. Maybe all this time you have it wrong. Maybe you sure said it. So I was questioning myself and things that I heard from the Lord. I was now saying maybe, never hear, maybe such and such. You sure said everything else. And then I had to be honest. I had to bring that to God. Like, I thought, I thought we were cool. What's happening? And of course, distraction. So I eventually got settled. But before I got settled, I realized that since that date, the expectant date, I was eating more. I was idling more, and by idling I mean spending excessively unusual amount of time. I was spending way too much time scrolling through reels on Instagram, scrolling through videos on YouTube. And usually I'd be using that time to do something a bit more constructive, something to build mind, body and soul. Not to say, again, that scrolling is wrong. Like I said, unusually way more than I would or should. So I was eating more, I was wasting time. I think I was a little bit upset with God. because it's like, even in my journal, if I check the entry, it's probably something, some rant, some tantrum that kids throw when daddy or mommy give them what they want. I think that's probably what's there for that exact day. And also, I said, today is February 25th. It is now probably about after 4 a.m. I will insert the right time. And I am just recording. And if today is February 25th, it means that this is the day I'm supposed to be uploading. Because I said I was trying out doing on Sundays, which eventually will change to every day. Every week I'm going to try a new day. Anyway, that's not the point. I said I'm not going to record because I had prepared for this particular destination based on this thing, and it didn't happen, and I was certain, still certain. But then after I was gathered, I went back to check on something, and I realized that had I taken time, I'd have realized. Okay? So, I said I'm not recording anything. Initially, I said I'm not recording it because I don't know what I'm going to record on such a short notice. That would mean I have to now spend time again at sea. God, we must start about this week, and honestly, I said, so I'm just not gonna post anything this week. I'm just going to wait to see if next week this will happen. And I was like, God, I have my shirt printed for that thing, and here we are. So what am I supposed to do now? So, of course, I did another shirt for this. My rant became my content for this week. I was like, okay, Lord, you surely do have a sense of humor, don't you? Anywho, so like I said, I eventually came back to earth and realized, dirt, chill. Okay? Clay, chill. Okay? You are not the butter. So, all of that to say, I started drifting into old habits because I was uncomfortable, because I was sad, because I was going through a moment of stress, worry, or anxiety, something. So I went back into old habits, eating for comfort. I was eating on Netflix. I have not been on Netflix. I don't even have a Netflix account. And I used someone's account to go and okay. I was doing what I used to do before I knew that that's what I was using those things for. I didn't realize at first, because I was like, yeah, I'm eating because I'm on this weight gain journey. So, but then I was like, no, yeah, eat too much. You're not hungry. So why are you eating? Or are you eating again? Or are you eating again? Mickey, you realize that you're watching back-to-back shows on Netflix, and you're not going to bed when you should? You realize that you haven't even journaled? You realize that you're scrolling on Instagram and you're not over there because you're posting content. You realize that? So, the more you know, the more you grow. I cannot now say, I know what my triggers are. I know what I do when I have discomfort or unmet desires or whatever. And I know that. Knowing that means I cannot just say, you know what, I was just having a bad day and I lost track. I knew what I was doing. Well, even if I didn't know at the time, the minute I figured it out, I couldn't just go on and do it like, At that point, it became a choice, not a thing that I did because I felt this way and it just happened. It was a choice because I knew that I was eating not because I was hungry. I was watching stuff not because, you know what, I did whatever and I'm just using a little hour to watch a movie. No. It was me going back to old habits. When you are uncomfortable, what do you do? When you need comfort, where do you go? Having discovered my identity in terms of who I am, what I am to do, how I'm to do it, why I did what I used to do, what I was seeking, where my identity was rooted, and what I did as a result, I can't now act the same way or realize it, because we're humans. Don't get me wrong. But once I realize it's now a choice, I have to be intentional about what I do if I know who I am. No, so, right. So, how does that make sense to the topic? I'm saying realizing who you are is not, it doesn't just start and end there. Oh, I've discovered my identity. I know what the Lord wants me to do. I know who I am in Him. And I know where my worth is. And I know, cool, you discovered that. It's an ongoing process. The truth is, it is hard work because you have to stay in a certain posture so that you can always know when something isn't right or when you're going right when you should be going left. It's hard work because you have to always be on the ball with how you behave, what you say, how you react to things, where you seek comfort, whatever the issue was before the discovery. Having discovered now who you are, what you used to do, why you did it, and that it was wrong because it wasn't rooted in God, you have to actively every day ensure that you are on top of your game to not keep doing the things that you were not supposed to do. If I was living as an ant and I discovered that I'm a lion, I can't just walk every day like I am not a little black ant anymore. I'm a big old lion. You're not even supposed to inside that people in house and walk up and down. Go to the jungle. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's hard work because you now have to not just learn who you are, but adjust to who you are. It's easy. Because the truth is sometimes, and this is the truth, sometimes I'd say, wonder if it's easier for me to just live. In other words, just live careless. I found myself saying that since week. I found myself saying, can I maintain this lifestyle? Will I be able to maintain living as who I now know that I am? This is a distraction, I'm sorry. Will I be able to maintain that? And in times like this, I draw from my journal or my notes to see, okay, what do I have in this goodie bag to suit this situation? That's when I found power, love, and sound mind. Not just focusing on the fact that it says you've not been given a spirit of fear, but I was focusing on what I have been given. And that is a sound mind. And the sound mind not just means that you're not mad. The sound mind is pretty much saying you have self-control. You can make proper decisions. You can avoid doing things that you're not supposed to do. You can ensure that when you do something, it is what is pleasing to the Lord. You have the self-control and the sensible enough mind to make decisions that are good for you and for the glory of God. Hence my shirt, equipped. You're equipped for where you're called. You are equipped for where you are called. So, being reminded that I'm equipped for where I'm called, I was like, okay. And of course, now you calm down. I have to know, wag my tail. Lord, I'm sorry that such and such, and it's in that moment that you get the peace. Because Netflix was not going to give me the peace, it was going to give me temporary satisfaction. Temporary distraction. Yeah, that's the word. Back on track. And I was like, we are equipped. There is no, and when I say we, I mean everybody on the journey. Yes, but also specifically people who got picked out of their comfort zone and say, you're no longer going to do this, you're going to do this. Or you were doing it, but you weren't doing it fully, and the Lord is like, hey, come here, little one, I have work for you to do. And so now you have to be doing hard things that are not really what you're used to, but you discovered some things, or you are now in the process of discovering, and then eventually you're going to realize it's hard work to keep it up, because now you have to try to fight the me now versus the me then, because the you then, it will always try to pop in, because work in progress, right? So you are equipped. For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Power, love, and focusing on sound mind. The distractions and the old life and the old habits and the feeling like maybe I cannot maintain this, maybe this won't work out, maybe it will, it can. It takes work, but yeah, you can. If the Spirit of God dwells in you, and that Spirit does not make you shy, make you timid, but it gives you self-control, you can. You can make the decisions that are required for you to continue to walk on the path. You can make the decisions that are required to keep you healthy, because going back to eating now about it, focused, because the idling now work, and allow you to maintain the knowledge that you know how, that you're not the old you that was just going on, because eventually if you relapse and you stay in the we can't bother, well, you are equipped. You can do it. The good book said that. Alright? Submit to the process. Always go back to what God said. When I didn't see things working out how I thought it would work out, I went back to what God said, and I realized I missed something. I overlooked something. Or I probably was doing a part of it in my own understanding. Go back to what God said, because He cannot lie. So clearly, if you don't have nothing to go back on, and also ask Him, Lord, you said that the truck is going to come and unload the things them for me to put in the storeroom, and the truck never come. So like, what am I gonna do? He's going to answer. And of course, the approach should be friend to friend, yes, but sovereignty, so respect. Don't know what this man, because a friend. No, this is okay. I keep saying God is the perfect architect, because an architect, okay. He knows how to create the best master plan. And if we submit to the building plan, the process, Him being the best architect, there has to be some beautiful structure in the end. You get what I'm saying? Discover and grow. Discover and grow. The more you know, the more you should grow. Not that you won't have a bad day, or you won't have a moment where you forget. But what do you do after you realize? You can't keep saying, So your grain of salt, continuing on that, your grain of salt is you have a sound mind. Exercise that. You have self-control. I read this article once with, like, to me, the perfect explanation of the sound mind in this case. You have the ability to make the right decisions, to make choices that glorify God. You have a sound mind. You have the self-control to do it. Do it. Reasons will pop up, but you have a choice, because once you discover everything after that, like I said before, it's a choice. Do you choose to stay in that state, or will you say, oops, I messed up, but I know better, so let me skedaddle to the other side? What is it that you're going to choose to do? Because no excuses won't cut it, really. If it's something that you know better, excuses will not work. I could have chosen not to eat the big food, drink the smoothie, eat the cake at 2:15 a.m. But I was ranting. The Bigfoot is at the point when I know now that this is what is happening, and I still ate it. Choice. A presumptuous one, I might add. I chose to. I didn't accidentally eat it. Like I said, I first thought it was, oh, I'm just trying to put on some weight, so a choice. Before your ray of light, let me ask you this question. Are you new here? Are you returning? Have you subscribed to the channel? If not, please subscribe. Okay? Remember to like the video. If you made it this far, maybe you like it. So just press the like button. Your ray of light is you have power of unsound mind. Yes. God gave that to you. God gave you his spirit, which gives you the power, the love, and the sound mind. Yeah. But don't feel like him say, well, girl, power, love, sound mind, and gone. You're not gone away. He's still there with you. It's not a journey that you're on, that you're by yourself, where you have a day where, oh, things not go right. I feel like, you still can go to him. Like, Lord, this, feel like this is, because he's not going to remind you of what he said, what you can do, remind you of things that you yourself probably forgot, or but never to really embrace it. You get what I'm saying? He's not going to put you on a path to season and shine for his glory and then leave you by yourself, because we can do nothing of our own selves. Own selves. We cannot do anything by ourselves. Everything that we do should be in the hands of God. Like, Lord, I'm about to record, be with me. Lord, I'm about to make this content. Lord, everything. So it's not like he just threw them out and said, take these by Felicia. No. Your ray of light is that you are not alone. And believe it or not, there are other people out somewhere trooping up. Sometimes what we think is competition is really just community. We're not on this journey by ourselves. Know that. One other person, two other persons. We're not out here by ourselves. But I'm saying you are equipped, but you still have who equipped you. Tap into that. So you're never ever alone. I was throwing my tantrum, but I went right back to, maybe I missed something. Let me read, and in reading I found that, okay, and I also found this verse that I got, which brought me right back down to earth. Okay, well, yes, what do you mean by, true everything and keep up this lifestyle? You can. You were placed on it for a reason, and you were equipped to do it. Equipped for where you are called. Don't just go back to the old habits and give up free. Know that you are equipped. Hold on to the hand of the person who has you on the journey, because he's walking with you. God is not going to be like, you know what, we have something to go do up the road, so go on walk, may I come. We soon catch up. May I go up Jennifer yard and come back, so go on walk till I come. Hold his hand, season and shine for his glory, because you can. You are equipped for it. He'll fix you up nice and proper right before he put you on the journey, or even while you're on the journey, whichever way. That's it. Mark your seats. See you in the next video, and remember that you are equipped. You've got this. Cool. And of course, don't leave me in the journey streets, you know. Say something to me. Say something to me in the comments. Say something to me. Say something. I'm giving up on you. Alright then. Okay. This is how you help to season and shine. Subscribe, like, YouTube. Hey, this video is cool. You should share it with others. Yay, cool. Alright, bye. That's it for me.